Childhood. When looking back on mine, I definitely have some interesting memories. From using a hand crank to open the windows in the car, to games like Hungry Hungry Hippos, and those dang lead pencils that when you lose one piece, you literally can't use the whole pencil. Do you guys remember any of those things or know what I'm talking about? Let me know if you do. I also remember some more scarier aspects of my childhood, like getting yelled at for turning on the car light when my mom was driving. Like, what's the deal with that? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today I'll be sharing with you the top 10 scary childhood urban legends. Now, I blocked out most of these urban legends because some of them truly scared me as a kid. But now I have to relive them for you guys, so you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. But some of them are truly terrifying and disturbing, especially for children. Starting off at number 10. It was a very snowy night and a young girl was staying up late watching her favorite TV show. As it got later, she noticed a man outside of her window. The man was very scary looking and was holding a big knife. Terrified of this man, she hid underneath the covers and called the cops. The cops came by and inspected the area, however found no footprints in the snow outside of the window that the girl saw the man at. But they did find a trail of wet footprints in the house leading up to the couch where the girl was seated. Therefore, the man was standing behind her the whole time and she just saw his reflection. One night, a man was driving home when he saw a female hitchhiker standing at the side of the road. He stopped and offered the girl a ride home. They got to talking and she says her name is Lydia and she directs him on how to get to her house. The next day, the driver goes back to his car and realizes that she forgot her red sweater in his car. So being the gentleman that he is, he heads back over to her house and drops it off, since it wasn't his size, or else he would have kept it, obviously. However, when he arrived there, the mother opens the door and informs him that Lydia passed away several years ago in a car accident. He encountered Lydia's ghost last night along the side of the road where her car crashed. At number 8, we have the man in the back seat. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you have heard this story before since it's pretty well known. Now, this legend surrounds a girl driving home from a party when she noticed that a truck behind her keeps flashing their high beams at her. She keeps driving and noticed that he is following a little too closely, so she tries. Nice. She keeps driving and notices that he is following a little too closely, so she tries to lose him. But when she speeds up, he speeds up. When she turns, he does the same thing while continuously flashing his high beams. The girl becomes super scared and when she arrives home, she runs into her house and tells her parents what happened. However, the truck driver tells them that he saw a man crawl into her backseat with a large knife. Every time that he would pop up in the back seat, he would flash his high beams to scare him and he would duck back down. I have to admit, I still think of this story sometimes when I'm driving home late at night. I do the odd little glance in the back seat to try and, gotcha, like try and catch them. On to number 7. So this story revolves around a girl who was babysitting a girl named Holly. Towards the end of the night, she was going to treat Holly to some ice cream. Yummy, I love ice cream. Favorite flavors, strawberry or mint chip. But anyway, she asked Holly where their ice cream is and she says it's in the basement. The babysitter goes to the basement and gets the ice cream but sees a girl at the window looking in. She shakes it off just because it's Halloween and she returns back upstairs. Holly then asks for some hot fudge on the ice cream. So she goes back to the basement and this time the girl is wearing a cape, cute little Halloween costume. The babysitter then goes back upstairs and Holly, since she can't make up her mind, sends the babysitter back down, this time for sprinkles. This time, the girl at the window is holding a knife. The babysitter runs back upstairs in a panic and tells Holly to lock all the doors since there's a murderer at the window. Holly responds with, "We don't have any windows in the basement, only a mirror." Dun dun dun. So the girl was behind the babysitter in the house the whole time. At number 6, we have the Hook Man. One night, 2 teens decided to go on a date in the woods to a place called Lover's Lane. While cuddling and doing other lovey things, an announcement came on the radio. It stated that a prisoner had escaped an asylum and is on the run. He was a known killer who they called the Hook Man because he lost his hand in an accident and replaced it with a hook. Just as this announcement finished, they heard scraping on the side of the car. The girl was so freaked out she begged her boyfriend to just drive them back home, even though he insisted that it was nothing. When they arrived home, fear flooded the boyfriend's face as he noticed a bloody hook was lodged into the side of their car. We are now at our halfway mark with number 5, the Clown. Another babysitting story, yay! Seriously, what's the deal with scary babysitting stories? Like, watching children is scary enough. No, I'm kidding. Well, this babysitter was watching over some children for the night while their parents were out for dinner. After getting the kids ready for bed, the parents call in to check on their children. The babysitter says that they are all okay and they're cozy in bed, and she asked if it's okay to watch some TV in the parents' room. I mean, that's a bit weird in my opinion. She could have just watched it like in the living room on the couch, but you know, whatever floats your boat, it's fine. Anyways, the babysitter then asks if it's okay if she throws a blanket on the clown statue that's in their room because it's scaring her. The parents reply with, "Get out of the house, we don't have a statue of a clown." What would you do in this situation? Like, I would just chuck the blanket on the clown's head anyway and then get the heck out of there. Seriously. No, but seriously, how did that girl not realize that the clown statue, like, it was actually real? Like, would she be like, "Oh wow, that's great detail. Like, oh, even its eyes follow me when I move." What? No. Like, I feel like I would have noticed right away that that thing was real. Coming in at number 4, we have I Am Teddy. Ugh, chainmail. They can scare you or make you feel like a bad person. Seriously, there's no positive aspects to chainmail. Sometimes they even guilt me, like, repost if you love your family, don't if you want them to get hurt. Like, dang, I don't really have a choice then. Now, this next urban legend has to do with a chainmail legend named I Am Teddy. The chainmail basically reads, "Hi, I am Teddy. Once you read this, you cannot get out. Finish reading this until it is done." It continues by saying, "I am Teddy. I am 7 years old, I have no eyes and blood all over my face. I am dead. If you don't send this to at least 12 people, I will come to your house at midnight and I'll hide under your bed. When you're asleep, I'll kill you." Then it goes on by listing the people that refused to forward the chainmail and what happened to them. It then tells the reader to send this message to 12 people before midnight or else they will suffer the consequences. Not sending it to anyone results in your death. Only sending it to 1 to 6 people means you will be hurt. Only sending it to 7 to 11 people means you will encounter your biggest fear. And sending it to 12 or more people means you're safe and you will have good fortune. Can't lie, as a kid I was like, nope, not risking it, and I would pass them all forward. Alright, let's move on to number 3. Disney World, the happiest place on earth. You got cute Disney characters, tons of delicious food, fun rides, and Mr. Walt Disney's frozen body. Wait, what? So legend has it that the creator of Disney is frozen, well, not like the movie, but is actually frozen in a cryogenic chamber waiting to be revived later on in life. I guess that gives a new meaning to Disney on Ice. This legend started in 1967 when a reporter snuck into St. Joseph's Hospital, the hospital where Walt Disney passed away. The reporter apparently broke into a storage room in the hospital and saw Mr. Disney's body in a cylinder. Legend also says that he is now stored in a freezer underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland. This is not the case. Apparently, Walt Disney was cremated and then buried at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Glendale, California. In our second spot, we have the drip, drip legend. Alright, for this story we have a girl that was afraid of the dark, but she had a cute little dog that would sleep under her bed and keep her company. Whenever she would feel afraid in the middle of the night, she would put her hand under the bed and the dog would lick it, and this would comfort her. One night she heard something go drip, drip, drip. Being scared, she put her hand under the bed and felt reassured when she felt her dog lick her hand. However, the dripping noise didn't stop, so she got up to check the bathroom. She checked the taps, nothing, but still she heard drip, drip, drip. She checked underneath the sink, there was nothing, but she still heard drip, drip, drip. Lastly, she checked the shower, and behind the curtain she found blood dripping down from the shower head and a message written in blood saying, "Dogs aren't the only one who can lick." I think this is the main reason that when we go to the bathroom, we rip open the shower curtain to make sure that no one is behind there, honestly. And we have reached our number 1 spot. As a gift for her birthday, a young girl named Lucy received a doll in the mail. They don't know who sent it, but appeared to be very antique looking. However, Lucy wasn't too fond of the doll as it scared her. She told her mom that she didn't really like the doll, but the mom scolded Lucy for being ungrateful for her gift. Lucy pleaded her mom to get rid of the doll, but her mother insisted on keeping it. Forced to keep it, Lucy hid it at the back of a cupboard behind a pile of shoes. One night, Lucy was lying in bed when she heard some shuffling and dragging noises on the stairs. She then heard someone say, Lucy, I'm on the first step. The shuffling sound continued and she heard someone say, Lucy, I'm on the second step. Lucy was terrified and didn't know what to do. The dragging sound continued, followed by, Lucy, I'm almost there. Lucy hid under the covers, but once again she heard the dragging noise, and then she heard the doll say, Lucy, I'm in your room. The next day, the parents found Lucy passed away in her bed with the doll beside her, with one of Lucy's fingers on the doll's hand. Apparently, the doll has different fingers from each of their victims. Yikes. That one was definitely the scariest one for me. Alright, that's all I have for you today. As always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below something spooky or maybe something more uplifting after that video. Also, comment any video ideas that you want to see from me in the future. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 and turn on the little bell notification to make sure you don't miss any videos from us. Bye.